Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony, and welcome to another edition of B&A Sports Talk. I'm thinking about starting to record my B&A Football Weekly recap because I haven't done it in 2 weeks, but I'm really enjoying this B&A Giants Talk stuff. But today, probably why you clicked on the video, I have no idea what I'm titling yet. I just want to talk sports. So, Mitch Trubisky last night, honestly, I didn't watch the game. So I'm based off whatever. I usually watch the games, watch Game Pass and stuff like that to see everything. I watched the highlights, and let me tell you, I was right about Mitch Trubisky. I was texting my friends, a lot of my sports fans are like, oh, just put in Chase Daniel. I'm like, no. I said in the video, about a month ago now, it's titled, should the Bears get rid of Mitch Trubisky? And I said, I'm kind of disappointed in the season, but I said, this is the turning point. This is where Mitch Trubisky was, turning off all the TVs, and he's like, I thought this was perfect. Let's all focus. Let's win. I'm like, all you need to do is rattle off a couple wins, and all of a sudden you gain momentum. I said, give Mitch Trubisky more reps. He's played on and off his entire career. He's played some games, and he sat. He's got injured. He's got benched. That sort of thing. I said, all you need to do is give him momentum. Give him time. He's only played 32 games in his career at that point. That's 2 full seasons. And they say in the third year, that's when you start improving. Now he's entering his third year. Now you're seeing him rebound from where he pretty much was last year. He does make some awful decisions. Especially that interception. There was one that should have been intercepted, and then it was like a completion. It was a really awful rolling out throw. But he's learning. He learned from that. Don't make the mistake again, and just hope that it doesn't cost you a lot in the moment, and that's pretty much all you gotta hope for. Every quarterback makes dumb throws. They try to extend plays, they try to make that big play, and that's what helps teams sometimes. A lot of quarterbacks that play conservatively, like almost Dak Prescott at this point, he doesn't really take a lot of risks, because he's like, oh, that's not the play, but you could have got lucky on one play, and that's why the ceiling for some players is a bit smaller. There are quarterbacks that just sling it, like Jameis Winston, and Patrick Mahomes as well. Sometimes it's like he's trying to make a play, he's jumping like Derek Jeter, tossing it across his body, and he has so much confidence. And then sometimes the interception is wide open and it gets dropped. Other times it's intercepted, but at least. Sometimes it's like at least you tried. I mean, there's no exact formula to it. It's a give and take. But yeah, that's definitely something Mr. Trubisky is battling with. Is sometimes his form just goes off. But he's been more consistent with his form. The offensive line is great at pass blocking. They're great. Leno on the offensive line, he sucks at run blocking. I've seen it. There was a play last week against the Lions where he's just, no joke, he's just standing. There's nobody within 10 yards of him, and he's just standing there. What do you block somebody? Run. Do something. Don't just stand there. It's like he looks lost. But this offensive line is getting momentum. They are getting coached up a little bit better. They're giving Mitch Trubisky time to make plays and get it to his, receivers like Anthony Miller, Tariq Cohen, who've been impressive recently. It's Allen Robinson as well. As long as the receivers have confidence in the quarterback, that's all you need. If the receivers aren't going to run routes, if they know the quarterback can't get the ball to them, because why am I wasting all this effort? And it shows up in tape. They don't try to fight for the extra first down. They don't, a lot of those stuff makes differences. Fighting for the first down, it's a 3rd and 3, and you have to beat one man, actually beating him, because that's the difference between punting and then getting either a field goal, putting some points up on the board, wasting some time, giving your defense an extra chance to rest. These things add up after a while. And now this team is fighting. They have momentum, and obviously there are losses that they want to have back. Obviously that Raiders loss, I don't think they were prepared for that game. They thought they'd walk through that one easily. I believe earlier in this year they had another brutal loss to the Bears. The Green Bay Packers they lost to earlier in the year. And there's one other game that they wish they had back. I'm forgetting off the top of my head right now. Probably even the Eagles. You were coming back in that game. But now they have momentum, and get to 10 wins. Their 3 remaining games are against Green Bay Packers, the Minnesota Vikings, and they have one more game against, I forget. And they should have beat the Chargers too. So they have 3 more games left. Take care of your business at Minnesota, and then hope Minnesota loses one more game to either the Lions or the Packers. And I'd bank on that. I'd bank on them losing to the Lions, Chargers, or Packers one time, and you beat them. And then the Bears would own the tiebreak if the Bears went out. The key thing is if they went out. I think next week they play the Kansas City Chiefs, so that's going to be a big game. Now that I'm remembering it, I think they play the Kansas City Chiefs, so that's going to be a huge game. And plus, Kansas City's, I don't know what's going to happen this weekend. If they're riding a high off the Patriots win, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Maybe they get too overconfident and they lose against the Bears, or maybe they lose to the Bears, lose to the Patriots, and all of a sudden they're pissed because now all of a sudden you have Oakland creeping up again. You're not too sure about that stuff. You're trying to get a number 2 seed still. I don't know. There's a lot of questionable motivations, but I don't want to get into that. I want to talk about the Bears a little bit more because now you get Akeem Hicks back. You know, he's been amazing at run defense, and what does Minnesota do well? Run the ball well. So if you can stop their run game, stop the RPO. Dalvin Cook, I'm not sure if he's going to be healthy. They do have, I think, Jared McKinnon as their running back, their backup running back. They also have another pretty stud running back. If you could stop the run and stop the RPO and just slow it down, Kirk Cousins, you know, he may resort back to Kirk Cousins. He's been played better this year. He hasn't thrown the game-clinching interception really that often. He's had a couple hiccups, but relatively, he's been probably a top 7 quarterback this year, you can say. Yeah, his stats certainly say it. The team hasn't trusted him earlier in the year, but you never know. Kirk Cousins, he still has that Kirk Cousins DNA in him. It might come back. You never know what's going to come back. And yeah, so the Bears are in a good position here. Obviously, you wish you would have beaten the Chargers. You wish you could have had a couple wins earlier in the year. You wish you could be 8-4 right now. If they're 8-4, they're tied with the Vikings, and you're sitting pretty. All you have to do is pretty much beat them, and you have a wild card spot. Because the Seahawks or the 49ers are going to get the first one. Obviously, the Eagles and the Cowboys are out, and then the Panthers, they're 5-7 right now. So, yeah, it's if you're the Bears, you're confident right now. Just keep on rattling off wins. Get Khalil Mack playing hard. You know, let him be a leader on this team. And now all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, remember last year when Mr. Trubisky was good? Now if you see the Mr. Trubisky from last year, you remember all the good times. Like, yeah, we went 12-4 that year. And all of a sudden you get maybe an irrational confidence, but then you end up playing harder and you end up seeing and believing that you can win the game, even though sometimes you may be in over your head. The Giants believe that they can beat the Patriots. You know, they believe that they could. The Eagles believe that they could beat the Patriots. And some teams have been scared. They've been scared. They're like, oh, what if we lose? You know, it's all about that irrational hope. And sometimes that's all you need. If you could believe you can win on Sunday, that's all you need sometimes. Or Monday or Saturday, whenever you're playing, that's all you need. And that's pretty much all I got to talk about the Bears. I don't know what else to say. I don't. Their running back, David Montgomery, they're giving him more reps. He's been plowing through. He's been having more effort. I like seeing that. Ben Trubisky led the team in rushing. Let him run more. Let him run. I said, just let him run. Let him pass. Give him a lot of reps. Because him and Jared Goff are, like, very similar. You know, they can have a huge game. Jared Goff, his ceiling is a bit higher. You can have 400-yard games. I don't think Mitch Trubisky can have 400-yard games unless they're playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers like last year when he threw 6 touchdowns. So just give Mitch Trubisky reps. Give him time in this offense. And make this team believe in him. If you put in Chase Daniel, do you think the team thinks they can win a Super Bowl with Chase Daniel in there? That was a dumb opinion. I said stick with him for the rest of the year. If he sucks and they go, 7-9, get rid of him. But I said, if they start rattling off wins here, I'd keep him one more year. Maybe draft a quarterback behind him to mentor, to grow behind Mr. Trubisky, so Matt Nagy can do a little bit like an Alex Smith thing and get his guy. But yeah, pretty much all I got to say. Hope you guys enjoy. Let me know your takeaways from yesterday's game. Again, I talked a lot about the Bears this episode. I'll talk about the Cowboys in later videos. This is the off year for the Giants. Imagine if the Giants would have had 2 more wins. Imagine the Giants were 4-8 right now. We'd be like, can we win this division? But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.